Hello. Today I wanted to show you how I beat a chess grandmaster on chess.com who is top 100 in the world with 97% accuracy in, well, very good opening, the nimzo-indian. So let's start. As you can see, 96.7 and my opponent 87 accuracy. So let's go. I play d4. Obviously some people play e4, they say it's the best move. I'm not gonna say d4 is the best. I think both of these moves are very good. Knight f6. Obviously when you play d4 there are only two options for black, d5 or knight f6. Why? Because you want to stop white from playing e4 and having two pawns in the center. c4, e6, knight c3. As you can see, the entire opening is about fighting for the e4 square. Now it looks like black has to play d5 in order to stop me from playing e4, but he also has one more option, which pins my knight. So when I play e4, he can just take, and the knight is unable to take black's knight because here the king is vulnerable. So yeah, what are the advantages of bishop b4? You develop a piece. d5 also is a move towards developing a piece because you open up your bishop, but bishop b4 allows you to already castle, which just makes your king very safe. So I play e3. That's my favorite move in this position. You will see why in a minute. b6, and that's also the reason why you don't want to play d5, because d5 already tells you, well, you cannot play b6 because it's not gonna make sense to open up the bishop on this diagonal and this diagonal, because it's just going to be a waste of time. And I think b6 and the a8 and h1 diagonal is actually better for this bishop. I mean, it's very long diagonal. Bishops are like snipers. They want to see very far ahead. So now I play knight f3. Why? Because the other configuration is bishop d3, bishop b7 and knight e2. So after castling I can play a3 and knight c3, you know what I mean. Now the knight jumps back. However, in this game I just played knight f3, knight e4 and bishop d2, which is a little inaccuracy, you know. At this point in time, it was October, 7 months ago. I had an idea how to play the nimzo-indian, but I don't know the exact moves, and in my opinion bishop d2 is just good because, well, you move the bishop and allow your rook to move to c1. So he took, I took, and I'm really happy with my position right now. Everything has a lot of space, my bishop is going to be very strong. My idea in nimzo-indian is always to attack the black's king. So I play e4 because I want to grab the center. And computer doesn't like it, but yes, I do. So c5, d5, and what I like about this position is that, yes, there are many holes, many black square holes. However, this bishop is not going to be able to use them because it's trapped and it's just destined to be traded for the knight. So take, d6, bishop d3, defending the pawn for now, but also preparing for the e5 push and, yeah, looking at the king. So bishop g4, queen f4, it's actually the best move. Why? Because I'm attacking the bishop, defending the knight, and yeah, the queen is just getting closer and closer to the king, plus I'm attacking the d6 square. A lot of things done at the same time. So takes, knight d7, castles. Yes, I think I should have played queen h3. Why? Because now after castles, he will play knight e5 and he will want to trade. He will be able to trade the knight for my bishop. And yes, this bishop is not strong at the moment, but you will see that it's going to be the most powerful piece on the chessboard later. So queen h3, bishop, queen c8, kind of weird. You know, he's playing black. His setup in mind is that he's losing he's a little bit worse and he wants to trade to make position simpler. But actually, he was standing better already, and he could have played c4, and really he could have started taking more and more space. This knight would become very, very strong. I don't know what would happen. What would he play now? I'm not sure what computer suggests, because let's play rook c8. It actually puts me in a better position. I don't know what's the best move right now. Let me see. Okay, so now queen c8. So now we trade f4. And what's good about this position? A lot of 93. A lot of space. Actually, this knight is better than this bishop. This bishop doesn't need to be even traded for the knight, which is very good. And we have open files, and black knows where to put his rooks on e8 and c8. My rooks, I don't even know where to put them. Just a lot simpler position for black here. But yes, black wants to play queen c8, so I take bishop e2. Actually, bishop a6 was better, but I always like to make my bishop cut off the opponent's knight. So now when I play f4, the knight needs to move back. Bishop takes c3, bc, g5, and yes, my entire idea is to just kick out this knight. I'm gonna do it later, because now if I played g3, then c4, and this knight has some places to jump in. I don't like it. So what I'm doing is play c4, f6, h3 for now, because now if I play g3, he could have played g4. So h3. We don't have queens in the game. The position is very slow. So yes, I'm adjusting to the mood of the position. I'm just playing slowly moving forward. Long term, I've got better position because I've got the bishop, and bishop is just better than the knight in the end games. Plus I've got rooks plus bishop is so much better team than knight and rook. So now f4. Maybe I went too fast, but anyway, he went back. g3, moving back to d3 with my bishop. I've gotten a little bit more space, and now yeah, it's time to think. So I can push up my king. It's not the best. I mean, pushing up the king is actually the best move if you ask the computer, but for me, not really, because, well, first of all, I don't want to put this king and open it expose it to some checks from the knight. I don't want to expose it to the open file here. I'm not sure if it wouldn't be more time efficient to play king f2 later, you know, not now, but later. So what I do is I look at the position, I see that this rook is useless, I want to activate it, so I play a4. I also want to play on two sides because I have the bishop, so it can transfer from left to the right very quickly. The knight, if it stays on the right, it's gonna stay on the right for many moves. h5, which is a weird one. Some people just, when they see that you play a4 with your band pawn, when they want to play a5 back or h5 back, because they think you are wasting time, so they want to waste time with you. It's weird, but yes, I'm just continuing with my plan. a5, takes, rook a5, and as you can see, now my rook is very good because it's going to attack two spots at the same time. Rook e7, rook a6 is actually a great move. Okay. Rook d7, and now you can see that it's just amazing how all the pieces start to play together out of nowhere. I activated my rook, and now it looks like they have one target, the knight. And maybe you might not think about it, because this pawn, and this pawn, they all defend this knight from the bishop and the rook. But actually, I'm gonna play e5 now. It's crazy. If he takes here, I don't remember exactly what I do, but I think I take here, fe, and yes, I have two great pawns going forward. I'm also winning this pawn. It just looks amazing. If he takes here, if he moves back with the knight, let me wait for the computer. Now, let me think, actually. Yeah, I just play e6, and now he needs to make a choice. Does he want to give up this pawn or this pawn? If he gives up this pawn, I take, and I'm so much better here. If he moves here, he gives up this pawn. I'm just going through him on the 7th rank. So, yes, the only option is taking here, take here, take here. And we ended up in a rook endgame. And what's amazing about this endgame is that my king is actually not very active, but anyway, I'm winning. So king f5 looks like the only option for him because I'm attacking, but king f7 obviously doesn't work. Do you know why? Type in the comments. King f5, e6, rook d8, and here I could have waited and make this move a little bit more special, but sadly I just played rook d6. I just showed you this move. He cannot do anything else. He cannot take because I'm going to play e7, and this pawn looks at the e6 square, and the rook cannot defend. And same as here, the rook cannot come back because the pawn is gonna take. So this really shows that rook is a very clumsy piece. If you don't really place it well, it's going to be trapped. It's going to get, well, it's just a very clumsy piece. You have to make sure that you place it on an open file and that it has loads of room to maneuver, because if it doesn't, it's not gonna be good. Also, one tip for playing with the rook is that you want to be far away from the target, because yeah, it's just an advantage of the rook that you can go from one end of the chessboard to the other end of the chessboard in a single move. So that's what you should utilize when you play with the rook. So my opponent, oh no, he actually moved back with the rook, and what I'm gonna do is just play e7. So now you can see that this king is cut off, which is stupid. That's really a fundamental mistake that my opponent made. Why did he play king f5 if he should have gone to g7? Maybe because here taking later in the future ends up with a check. I'm not sure, but anyway, you always, when the pawn is going forward, you want to be in front of it, not behind it, because you're not going to catch it up with the king. So e6, rook d6, e7, rook e6, and now I can just chill out because he cannot do anything. He cannot move the rook, he cannot move the king, so he's gonna push the pawn, and I actually played rook e1, which is the simplest move. The other way to win was to just play king e2, a4, king d2, king c2, king b2, take, and then go back with my king to the rook. That would be funny and annoying, because he wouldn't be able to do anything. I would play h4. Oh. And here, he actually wouldn't have a move to make. Or would he? Yeah, he wouldn't. I would just play king d3, and that's it. He needs to move with the rook. And now I just play here and win. But anyway, the way I did it was to, I wanted to end it quickly. So I played rook e1, threatening d6 and d7. So this really shows how important the center is, how important it is to play with your pawns all together, how important it is to prepare yourself for some big opening strikes in the chess game, like the e5 move, which actually was the best move in the game. I want also for you to remember that you have to always utilize your pieces and make them as active as possible. So this was this idea, opening up my rook. And later, I just want to tell you that you should subscribe, and in the description or in the comment of the video, I'm gonna upload a PDF file with training. And first of all, analysis of this game, so we could remember analysis of this game with bullet points, so we can remember and really study what you should take from this game and improve your own game in the future, because I believe that it's going to improve your game very, very much. And I also uploading two chess tactics, just to, you know, keep you engaged and see if you can solve them. So bye.